Alrighty, looks like we're live. Welcome everybody who's probably going to be trickling in through over the next 30 minutes. My name is Mount Lover, and I'm here with the lovely FGC
Jesus.
How's it going,
too am here. I'm doing fine. I'm very excited for today's exhibition match. Kid versus DrDannyPham.
Yeah, so DrDannyPham and Kid. I'm more familiar with DrDannyPham myself. I first got like my exposure to DrDannyPham, and I think most people did last year at, I don't remember where it was. I think it was Defend the North or something like that, where he had a really close set versus NuckleDo. And up to that point, I hadn't really heard his name much outside of like, you know, the off like ranked match. Just I knew that he was like a significant Zangief, but then after that showing, he suddenly became like the Zangief player that people like started to look up to, like the savior of the Zangief players.
Yes, and lately, as it were, Mike Too Strong seems to have taken up that title, and I was just in his chat asking about it, and he said DrDannyPham might be one of the reasons why he's so good right now.
Yeah, like so of course in any Street Fighter game, there's always like the trademark Zangief players, and so like in Street Fighter 4, of course, you know, you had like Aqua Silk, and of course you had the classic E-Design, but like it wasn't until like Snake Eyes came around, and then suddenly there was one, I think it was NorCal Regionals, where he's just suddenly like they did like a team tournament, and he just completely swept all of his opponents. Like his teammates didn't need to do anything because nobody could deal with his Zangief. So at that point, everybody was just like, "Wait a minute!"
I think he was grabbing them.
And so like all from that moment forward, everybody was just like, "Oh, maybe we should start watching Geef players. Maybe we should pick up this Geef. Maybe everybody's been sleeping on him." And so that was sort of like a smaller like a mini moment of that when DrDannyPham sort of hit the scene and started like posting results at majors.
Yeah, especially when you get a character that nobody thinks has any potential to win, and that person comes and turns around everybody's expectation by getting major victories and major places.
And then of course his opponent. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It just you know it raises the spirits of everybody who plays that character.
Yeah, and then of course his opponent, Kid, an up-and-coming Ryu player, been killing it on the ranked scene. And I love his stream as well. I was overviewing some of his footage, and I found lots and lots of highlights from his stream where he'll just like commentate his own play and just run long sets with other people, or just do ranked and run it to some pretty notable players. So let's actually start by going down his list of some of his ranked matches, and let's just analyze his play a little bit.
Absolutely.
All right, let's take a look at this first match that we have highlighted right here. Kid versus Brent is cool. So I feel like I'm gonna blow that up. Yeah. So I feel like from watching a lot of Kid's replays, like a lot of his plays just super duper micro spacing heavy. Like this guy knows how to walk like inches and make you whiff buttons. And against Ken, that's a really super important tactic to have.
I was watching a number of Kid videos earlier today, and he's incredibly fundamental, incredibly technical Ryu player. Like his spacing is immaculate, his understanding of whiff punishes is immaculate. It was really impressive to me. You don't often get to see really good Ryu players. So, taking a look right here.
So like one of the things that I'm going to be looking out for here, like just to make it clear, like although these are replays right now that we're watching from ranked, we haven't seen these sets, but I'll tell you one of the things that I'm going to be looking out for Kid to do here is to try and make like some of Ken's buttons that advance like roundhouse, try and space that perfectly so that he can make those whiff punish them, because I noticed that he's very good at stuff like that.
Yes, but as it is with a lot of Kens, you have to deal with some of the Ken craziness first before you can establish what you want to do. And as you can see, Kid was able to do it. Even with all the nonsense.
Randomly throwing that out there, and as soon as I was done saying it, bam, whiff standing roundhouse. But then another thing that I noticed that Kid loves to do, and I'm not sure if this is like part of his serious playstyle or just something he does for fun, but he's very parry heavy. Like he'll parry stuff even when he doesn't need to. Like full screen fireball, sure, I'll parry that.
Well, I believe if you parry the full screen fireball, do you not get meter for that?
Yeah, you good V skill.
Yeah, so at that point, if you're full screen, there's no reason not to do it. It's just smart. It's smart resource management.
Yeah, it's like if you can do it and be 100% with it, that's great. But it's like, you know, I've also seen him lose matches just for like whiffing the parry. But it's like, you know, I feel like he just does it because of the same reason that all Ryu players do it, just because they want it, you know? Like, they really want that parry.
I mean, that's fair. Ryu players love parrying, man. It's so cool. Just because it's bad doesn't mean it's not cool.
Yeah, it's like Ryu players, they feel like they have nothing special in their tool set. Like, I've heard Ryu players complain, like, you know, everybody else can do the stuff that I can do it better, but they don't have a V skill parry. So,
yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like sort of your self-justification.
What's the frame data on the parry? Do you know?
It starts up in 2 frames, and then it's active parry. So it is one of the faster things that you can use to bust your way out of frame traps.
I see. Well, let's look back at this this match here. How do you feel like Amkid is doing so far against this Ken player?
Against Brent is cool. You know, I feel like his neutral's been pretty good. He's been letting Brent is cool get away with a lot of stuff, but I mean that's just the name of the game with every Ken player. They're going to get away with stuff. That's their game plan, is to get away with stuff. But so right now you're seeing a lot of like just now as I was saying that he did like jumping EX Tatsu. There's another one.
So gutsy.
Yeah, that's one of those things that was like Ken players loved getting away with it in season 1, and then in season 2 they got nerfed, so Ken players stopped doing it. And now that we're in season 3, Ken players are just sort of, or an arcade edition, Ken players just again now being like, you know what, balls to it. Maybe it got nerfed, but this is still a tool that I have. So let's jump EX Tatsu, let's helicopter around, and see if I can mess up your anti-airs a little bit.
Speaking of Ken players, it's been really funny. I've been seeing a resurgence of Ken players in ranked matches nowadays. There seems to be a general consensus among Ken players now that it's okay to play this character and it's okay to DP and Tatsu whenever you want. Because if you press a bunch of buttons, you will get away with it most of the time. You just gotta hope that you come out in the life lead. But right there, Brent is cool did not. You got Ryu'd super hard.
Absolutely. Alrighty, so we saw one round of Brent is cool versus Amkid. Let's actually go to one of these Cammy replays.
I'd love to see a Cammy replay.
Yeah, let's go for one of these matches between X Amkid versus Crazy EX.
That's a lot of Brent is cool on this list, man.
I actually noticed that the Amkid plays a lot of Ken players. Like I was watching some of his stream VODs, and he had sets versus Ceroblast, and he had sets versus Chris T, and I was just like,
I'm telling you, man, this lately, it's just like almost all Ken players. But now let's see how Amkid does against this Cammy, Crazy EX.
Yeah, so as opposed to Ken, you cannot just win the neutral that easily against Cammy like you can against Ken. You really have to watch out for her because buttons are her thing. That's literally her thing.
Yeah, she can press buttons and not have any penalty for it, as opposed to Ken. So as you can see right now, this Cammy player is going ham. Amkid is trying to find his distance.
I love the read on the DP, by the way. That's another thing that you sort of like get an instinct for once you've played enough Ken players. It's like, I know when you want to DP. I've played nuttier DP users than you.
One thing I'm starting to notice about Amkid in neutral is if he feels like there's going to be a gap in your pressure, he's going to throw out that EX Tatsu. He's not afraid of it. I think in his mind, maybe it's that the trade of pressure for health is actually in his favor. He's willing to eat one combo to keep the lead.
There's that solar plexus. That's another thing that Ryu players love to use a lot. And it is a pretty powerful tool, but in the upcoming match that we're going to be watching versus DrDannyPham, that is not going to be a tool that you're going to want to depend on very much. You do not want to use a hit confirm that puts you -2 against Zangief. That is just asking to mix yourself up.
Absolutely not, especially DannyPham, who from I've seen does a lot of the V-skill flex. And V-skill flexing Zangief can be really scary for a character with really stubby normals like Ryu.
Yep, and that V-skill flex, yeah, it absorbs 2 hits per, like, what is it, flex per pose, and that's just perfect to deal with solar plexus.
And if you're a good geek, you can do multiple flexes in a string, because it's a 3-frame startup, if I'm not mistaken.
The actual flex itself is just instant. It's just
Really?
one frame startup. Yeah.
Well, that would explain some stuff. I was just playing Mike Too Strong earlier, and just every time I see that flex, I want to pull my own hair out.
Yep. Oh, it's okay. I'll meet you with something that does 4 consecutive hits. Plink, 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 plink. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Oh yeah, just eat 8 hits, why don't you?
All right. So that was 2 matches that we saw, just to give you a little feel for Amkid's playstyle. And so as you can see, his neutral is really solid. He's got some pretty good just instincts when it comes to reading those DPs. And
Plus he can take a lick and still keep his head in the game and not freak out. You saw it right there in that Cammy match. He took some pretty heavy damage early on, but the moment he got his speed, the Cammy player was just not able to do anything about it.
So a couple things that we didn't see in those replays that I feel like might pop up in the Zangief matchup in particular are, so there's 2 things in particular, one of which is light DP. I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot more light DP than, of course, you would see versus a Ken or a Cammy, just because of that throw-in vulnerability on startup. And the other one of which that I'm actually surprised we didn't see more of versus Brent is air-to-airing. So Zangief and Ken are both characters that can like alter their sort of hurt boxes while they're coming in at you. And so sometimes you can get frustrated trying to anti-air them normally. And so I feel like you might see some air-to-airs in this set. But let's go ahead and take a look at this match. DrDannyPham versus King Toxicity.
Oh, well, I am very familiar with this matchup. Huh? There are no Fang players in Canada. That's
figure.
Ridiculous. I don't.
Wait a second. I'm Canadian. I'm Canadian.
Oh, well,
Shout out to Mr. Vinegar, the Canadian Fang player.
Shout out to Mr. Vinegar. But there are no Fang players in Canada. This is a imposter. But I believe if my instinct about what's going to happen in the next 30 seconds is correct, I will know exactly why this Fang player lost.
But thank you for the follow.
If he doesn't put up the Great Wall of China right now, he's dead.
Oh no, he's already dead. Mighty close.
He's dead.
He's mighty close. Oh, there go the planks into the armor. Yep, exactly like you were talking about.
Oh, he's so bold. He's
Not
so
matter
bold.
how many hits you do, that flex is so useful. And there's the stun.
DrDannyPham knows already. Oh god, he knows. If you get in front of Fang and just armor, he literally cannot stop you. You can just armor through every single one of Fang's normals and immediately get a command grab.
Oh man, can we just acknowledge that we just got done watching 2 wins by Amkid, and that one round by DrDannyPham felt like we just watched like 8 wins. Like that was such a convincing round.
Oh, this fool! Why is he going after? He just back up, you moron!
Back throw to the corner. Oh,
he's such an idiot! No!
And then of course he's gonna. Oh! I like the backdash, but it still was not enough. You gotta guess twice.
He's on the ground.
The mix-up so nice. You gotta guess twice. And there he goes.
Can't do anything. Oh, he's dead.
It's already over.
Dead. This is exactly how I thought this was gonna happen.
Oh jeez.
This is what happens, man.
Can we show this on Twitch? Because that was a murder. Is that against terms of service?
This matchup is in Fang's favor, but you have to play it right. You have to. You do that, you get fucking bodied.
Oh man, all right, let's take a look at, of course, we're going to take a look at a Ken matchup just because that seems to be everybody's,
I don't want to see that again.
Forte these days is going up against Ken's in rank, so let's take a look at this one.
John Haley.
John Haley.
A master Ken player. Do you
and
remember
of course,
back
one thing
when,
to note, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Do you remember back when master players got like so much respect?
I remember back when like master players were not a thing. That was like a myth. Like there's a master rank?
Oh yeah. Back in the day when Diamond was considered the best.
Yeah, like whoa, you got Diamond? Holy, how much time did you put into the game?
I used to actually like run around saying, "Yo, I'm super platinum in Street Fighter 5." That used to mean something.
I always just did ranked just enough so that people couldn't be like, why the hell is your rank so damn low? So I just did the bare minimum. Like I've played ranked a total of like 5 times, and I just rank up every time.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but did you see the spacing on that headbutt? He got him on the startup of one of his normals.
Knocked him with the Centurion hair on that helmet.
Yes, the gladiator brings forth his cranium to the fight. This matchup, I don't get to see very often, but I would assume that Ken probably can run over Geef.
So I honestly, weirdly enough, I don't see this matchup very often either, but I know that Ken players hate it, and I also do think that Ken will just get melted by a good Geef.
Well, I mean, most characters get melted by good Geefs. Let's be real here.
But I think that Ken's toolset in particular, like a lot of the stuff that he depends on for solid play, it puts a minus, like his back medium punch. So he can't really use that like that in this matchup because of the fact that if the Zangief player is on point, he can just block your back medium punch and then mix you up, and there's very little that you can do about it. And so having one of your biggest confirmed tools just completely like off limits like that makes this feel like a very uphill battle.
It can always feel like an uphill battle when you're playing against a Geef that's literally right in your face. The magic distance for Geef is just terrifying because there's not much you can do to this character that has like 8 different 50-50s.
And just then we saw DrDannyPham block a roundhouse there from John Haley, and I'm not sure if he attempted this or not. But that roundhouse is, of course, -4, and if you are on point with your distancing, you can totally challenge that with a light or an EX SPD, or God forbid a critical art. That's a punish.
You certainly can, but just looking at this match, DrDannyPham is perfectly content where he's at. This Ken player is knocking him off, but he keeps letting DrDannyPham back into the fray. And once you let Geef get in your face, well, you're gonna get a bunch of sweaty balls in your face. Like,
what is up, Ishii? You are not late. You are just in time for the pre-show. We will be beginning with the actual exhibition in 10 minutes or so. But in the meantime, we're just going over both of our players and looking at their strengths and weaknesses. Ooh, okay, hang on. We have a Zangief mirror. That's something I want.
I would love to see that. Speaking of
nobody look at the icons on the screen right now. Everybody close your eyes for that spoiler that we just saw.
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh no, I kind of don't want to see this anymore. Oh no.
You know, I had this discussion. Man, I had this discussion with the Atlanta FGC that I believe that the best buff you could give to Geef is give him jiggle physics on his loincloth. I feel like that would be just a mix-up that you can't avoid.
You know, Soul Calibur might have some stuff like that. Oh, there's the stun right away. Just get put into the corner and then stun.
Jesus, there's no fear in DrDannyPham's heart. There's just no fear in this dojo.
To be fair, with this matchup, it is very momentum heavy.
Grab.
But even with the reversal options that Zangief has, he still has to guess 100% if he wants to use one of them. He can either do the armor or he can do the EX SPD.
Ran over like a truck.
Yeah. And even if you wake up with EX SPD as Zangief versus Zangief, you can just do a slightly delayed EX SPD to still grab you. It's probably got to feel really, oh man, he even blinked in the armor, and this is such a free perfect and he recovered it all. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen.
That's just such good understanding of your own character. Did you see him? He walked forward. He did a micro step into lariat because he knew that the other Geef was going to do a standing heavy punch.
Oh. The big heavy into the V skill. I feel like that was a little bit of a misplay by its opponent, but
it was.
That was pretty commanding.
Double P's. Ooh.
So what we've been seeing a lot, I noticed, out of all of these replays that we're seeing out of DrDannyPham, is that he's not afraid to just jump into the start of the round.
He really isn't, because once he gets in, he's good. But if he's out, then there's not much he can do. I mean, that is the crux of the DrDannyPham dilemma, as I will call it.
All right, we have time for about one more of these matches, and I'm thinking that we should actually. Oh, okay, here we go.
I'd love to see this Alex.
Oh, you want to see the Alex?
I would love to see. I heard that it's a bad matchup for Geef against Alex.
Yeah, let's watch this one right here. And let's see if that's the case and how so. That's a bizarre interaction. If Alex is a bad matchup for Geef.
I heard it was. Oh, he's part of Rivera's Crack House. Are you aware of Rivera's Crack House?
I am not aware of Rivera's Crack House. Please do it.
Well, Twisted Rivera has his.
Oh no, I know who Twisted Rivera is.
Yeah,
he used to be a member of the Discord. Yeah.
The Dew Destroyer. He's the one who made Knuckle Do by Alex.
Round one.
Ooh, we just got hosted by Amkid.
Yo, thank you for
What
the
a
host,
glorious
Kid.
day.
See you in a few minutes.
Yes, yes. You know, I hate this Alex costume.
The crush counter sweep. Oh, yep, just the neutral jump over the SPD. So a correct read there.
You know,
Jump back into
there's nothing either character can do on Wake Up. They both, every time any character in this matchup has to wake up, they have to either
both have to
jump or
guess.
eat a grab.
Oh, there it is.
Here comes pain.
See, but the Oki is way better for Geef than it is for Alex. Unless Alex is using that V trigger too, but even then you only get like good Oki a couple of times.
Yeah.
So I don't know why this would be good for Alex, but let's see what happens here. DrDannyPham did make a lot of good reads there in that last round, but he still lost. Here we go, Mix Up City.
Yeah. Isn't I believe Alex's grab range is a little bit longer than Geef's. So there are situations where he can set it up so that he beats Geef out in grab battles, as I'll call them.
I'll have to double check that one. Oh, there's the neutral jump over the EXSPD, and yeah, that was a huge punish. Oh, and just ends it with a critical art just for the swag factor.
What a jerk. He's
that was
definitely
pretty messed up.
He's definitely from Rivera's crack house, I'll tell you that
Yeah,
much.
no, that does sound like something that he would do. That might actually be him on another account, I'm not gonna lie.
No.
Yeah, there wasn't enough
Rivera,
sledgehammer.
yes, Rivera has a legion of Alex followers, I'll tell you that much right now.
Oh yeah, I remember him. I gotta tell you, I ran some long sets with him a while back, and that man could mix me up at full screen with his damn sledgehammer. He just knew exactly how long to hold it, and
Isn't
exactly
it
when I would
nuts?
want to jump.
This character that everyone says is bad, if you just put him in the right hands, he's still dangerous. The character's bad, but the player is just so dangerous. All right, I believe we're getting ready to
Yep.
to do the thing. Yes.
Okay, guys. We're gonna put on the counter and invite everybody to the lobby, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Alrighty, stay frosty, everyone. We're going to be right back.
All right.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I messed up the timer. Okay. No intro. No intro.
No intro. Whatevs. Hey, welcome everybody. My name is Mount Lover.
Oh, you know
I'm
what?
here
Yeah,
to
okay,
bring
sorry,
you-
go
Are
ahead,
we
go ahead.
Live yet? No?
Yeah, we're live.
Okay, welcome everybody. My
crap.
name is Mount Lover. I'm here to bring you another First to 10 exhibitions. I'm
Hey,
here with
man,
my
I'm
main
also
man,
here.
FTC Jesus. How's it going?
Yes, it's FGC Jesus here to help commentate and also be, in general, a pretty cool guy.
We are bringing to you DrDannyPham versus AmKid. Let me know in the chat which one of these players you're familiar with, or if you're familiar with both of them, and who you think will take it, and by how much.
Oh, please do. There's no shortage of footage of these two on YouTube, and I believe AmKid has his own YouTube channel, which you
His
should
own
check out.
YouTube channel and his own Twitch channel, and he regularly does stream. I actually looked up some of his stream VODs, and he's got a really entertaining stream actually. He'll have his his webcam up with his he'll have his webcam up and he'll commentate his matches while he plays live on stream, and it is pretty cool. He regularly goes up against lots of Kens, as we were discussing earlier.
Oh, yeah. We were just parsing through about 5 or 6 different Ken ranked matches.
Shout out to Chili501 in the chat saying my money's on AmKid. Of course your money would be on AmKid. You play Ryu.
Look at these Ryu loyalists in here. I have no faith in the Red Cyclone, but I do.
But so for those of you who missed the pregame show and you are just now tuning in with us, we were going over a few of their replays, analyzing their style just a little bit. And so from what we saw, DrDannyPham, of course, he is the Geef player. Even I think Itazan has moved on from Geef, but DrDannyPham is still the shining beacon of hope for all Geef players, that all 5 Geef players that still exist in the world. And
hey. There are plenty of Geef players. It's just DrDannyPham is one of the best.
Shout out to everybody understanding for the first time in a webcam why FGC Jesus is FGC Jesus.
Yeah, I literally have this name because people started calling me Jesus. That's it.
Yep. That's I just immediately clicked. But so as we saw, DrDannyPham, super great Geef. He has amazing reads. I mean, you have to as Geef. Has excellent reactions. You have to as Geef. He has excellent usage of V skill when he has to, which is it's not always a good idea in a lot of matchups. And I'm honestly not sure in the Ryu matchup how much we're going to be seeing it, but you never know.
I believe in this matchup there's going to be a lot of really good spacing on the part of both DannyPham and AmKid. AmKid seems to understand the Geef matchup really well and has an ability to outspace a lot of his longer buttons and punish them at the same time.
So you see that on the footnotes here, strong, grounded, neutral, but I want to elaborate on that a little bit. AmKid is so just inhumanly good at micro spacing. He will just flick the joystick back and just crawl away from you, and crawl in and out of your range so ever so slightly that you barely notice that it's happening until your buttons suddenly whiff. You were in range and now you're out of range and you don't know why, and your button's already out there. And that's super important for this matchup in particular, because what AmKid's going to be looking for is he's going to be looking for DannyPham to whiff his gigantic buttons. Let's be real. He's going to be looking for him to whiff that standing fierce. That's what he's going to be looking for.
Yep, we're going to see a lot of walking in and out of range and a lot of ankles being broken. So,
and then one thing I did notice about AmKid in general that I'd love to see is that he does love to parry, but I don't know how much of that we're going to be seeing here. I feel like that's not really relevant here. But of course, let's jump right into it. We've had these guys waiting long enough.
We have indeed. Are you guys excited? Let us know how excited you are to see all of this hot Ryu on Geef action. No credit card required.
And of course, elaborating on AmKid a little bit, I feel like we're also going to be seeing, we didn't see it so much in the replays, but I want to see some good air-to-airs, maybe some jump medium punch air-to-airs, and maybe some light DPs, just as adaptations that we might be seeing throughout the set. But yeah, we're jumping in.
I have a feeling like we're going to see a lot of crouching medium kicks from AmKid, and we're going to be seeing a lot of standing heavy punches from DannyPham.
Shout outs to D Answer in the chat. How's it going?
What's up, D? And what's up, Sheep? And what's up, Snixie?
And of course, not need to even mention it, but both of them are, of course, going to be going with V-Trigger 1. I've never even seen either of these players play with their V-Trigger 2s.
That makes me a little sad because I would love to see him use Geef's V-Trigger 2. V-Trigger 2 is the hype V-Trigger.
Right. We mentioned it earlier. DrDannyPham not afraid to just jump forward at the start of a round, at the start of a set, until you start to catch on. That's immediately
what we saw. Jumping MK to start out the whole thing. Standing medium, standing heavy punch, crush counter into the vortex.
Oh, the double headbutt combo, of course.
It just happened so fast you can't even say anything about it.
I blinked and it was over. It was over.
You blinked and there were heads and feet and arms being thrown all over the place. But we gotta let AmKid like figure out his distance and his timing.
There it is. There's the big whiffed fierce that I was talking about earlier.
There we go. Jeez. That crouching heavy punch. I'm surprised it hit, but it did.
Answering it with the crouch fierce.
Wow.
That was godlike.
You know DrDannyPham is gonna be.
You were playing so solid in the wake up DP. I mean, I know why you did it, but oh no, this is gonna be such a bad spiral from here on out.
It's not necessarily. Oh, now it's over. Never mind.
Over.
I was about to say.
Wait.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh.
That's
going to win. The wrong one.
AmKid, this is game one. You're messing with my heart.
Final round.
I'm not ready for this.
I'm not gonna live to Thanksgiving, man.
Oh, you know, this is ridiculous. We already got scrambles, and we're like we are 2 rounds in, baby.
Okay, so in that last couple of rounds, or in the last round in particular, we saw AmKid whiff punished that standing fierce twice. So now DrDannyPham is being a lot more careful with his spacing, and instead just walking AmKid in the corner. He's like, all right, if you're gonna micro walk backwards, I'll micro walk you into the corner.
It's crazy. I know you're seeing this, but that use of his forward medium punch, and he's using that in tandem with lights in order to maintain pressure when Keith is not using his B skill.
DrDannyPham getting a little bit greedy. They're going for the I think that was a back throw reset.
Yeah. Oof.
But it doesn't matter. Here's the muscle portfolio, opening it up. Yeah, you're qualified for this job.
Not over yet. Ryu can absolutely take this back. He's got
Yep,
man.
of course, just the fireballs. And yeah, that's a tool that you need to have as a Ryu player. You need to be able to throw those fireballs like they are buttons. When you're that close,
he wasn't afraid to jump in, and that really worked in his favor in this.
A lot of Ryu players, they pick up Ryu and they think, you know, I've got this fireball, it's pretty good, I should use it as like a zoning tool. Nah, just use it as a good button. When you are far enough to use it as a zoning tool, that's sort of the reactable range that you don't want to be using it at. But when you're at that range that AmKid is, DrDannyPham has to just 100% guess if he wants to get through one of those fireballs.
Wow, that was a great trade.
Oh, I'm loving the use of that V reversal right there. DrDannyPham sitting on just a wheelbarrow of great health there, and it's gone.
Yeah, Ryus have to be careful once Keith gets V-Trigger 1, because it essentially can make his Hadouken game pointless.
Ooh, I love it. The shimmy there into that crush counter, and that was all too rough.
That was just amazing adaptation by AmKid.
And I called it out earlier that I was hoping to see some light DPs, maybe not waste the meter on the EX when the light will do the trick, and that is exactly what we saw.
The jump in, but DrDannyPham is ready with a lariat. He's got good anti-airs, and he's been really good about dealing with those Hados.
So this is something that I saw out of AmKid a little bit in this matchup previous that I didn't like so much, and that's trying to whiff punish stuff with roundhouse. Ryu's roundhouse, I don't. Maybe Ryu players love it, but I don't like it very much as a whiff punish button.
Yeah, unless you're at the distance where you can use the light kick into Tatsu, it seems like a bad whiff punish.
Yeah, and maybe he's trying to like fish for some kind of a crush counter with it, but I mean, it's not Yuri and Chop, that's for sure.
Final round. Fight.
All right, here we go.
We're going to the final round. Game 2. Wow.
Ooh,
nice
no punish on that EX SPD, unfortunately. Well, okay, donkey kick. I'm not sure that was all right.
I don't
punish
like
on that either, so.
I don't like either of those choices. It's just the waste of the EX Hado and then the donkey kick. I don't know, it's still early on. And this aggression seems to really be working out for AmKid right now.
So you know what I've seen working out for DrDannyPham, but not for AmKid, is the jump-ins. I don't think I've seen a single jump-in from AmKid not get lariated.
Well, AmKid has been playing mostly a ground game up until he feels like he can jump in on Keith, but DrDannyPham has
normally-
been keeping all his anti-airs on point.
Yeah, normally that's the game plan. You know, you get them looking at their toes at your feet, and then you go in from the skies. But DrDannyPham's got his eyes everywhere.
Oh, that was
DrDannyPham is
tricky.
big brother right now.
Tried to move into EX grab range with the crouching heavy kick, but unfortunately, Amkid was already jumping in the air and ready to punish.
Again, closing out a set with just a fireball.
Pretty convincingly. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
it's been pretty convincing so far. Are we gonna see any adjustments by DrDannyPham? Or what adjustments do you think he could make?
I don't think there are very many adjustments that he could make. Like, he's been sort of doing a good job of rationing out his health in order to close the distance on Amkid and push him into the corner. Like, and I feel like that's why he's been eating a lot of those fireballs, because he's like, whatever, I can sacrifice the damage as long as it puts the pressure on you.
Wow, the
But-
confirms. No, I honestly feel like DrDannyPham could afford to walk in more. He's staying at Amkid's distance, and I know it may be scary to get into that Ryu distance, but I mean, that's what those crouching jabs are for, am I right?
No, you're absolutely right. Like, I was talking earlier about that range where the fireballs are a good tool, but they're not reactable. And
Ooh.
that's the range that DrDannyPham just sort of has to try to push past just a little bit. But I know that's much easier said than done when you're a Geef player. It's like, yeah, just walk forward, smiley face.
We got DrDannyPham closing it out with his spinny hands.
The spinny hands.
I mean, what else would it be? Have you ever tried to do that in real life? It's
Just
really
lariat somebody. But
Yeah,
I was like,
lariat somebody. Having to dispute at work, lariat that fucker.
oh man, so we did not see that many standing fierces out of DrDannyPham for a long time, and then just the first one in a while, and Amkid is ready with a whiff punish, crouch fierce into Tatsu.
I'm not loving these regular throws. I'm really not.
The answer is a good
working.
point. DrDannyPham he's popping his trigger at really opportune times, but then I feel like sometimes he's getting a little bit greedy with it, trying to go for resets when he could go for solid damage or Oki.
Exactly.
Oh, muscle by volume. Let's fill this beaker with this
I
muscle.
didn't even know that worked! I did not even know that worked.
There we go. We have ourselves a match, ladies and gentlemen. It is currently 2-1.
2-1, Amkid's favor.
The longer the set goes, the stronger he gets. Yeah, I mean,
I
DrDannyPham,
see.
I don't know if you see DrDannyPham in real life, but he's swole. This dude likes to work out. He likes the struggle. No pain, no gain.
Oh, he's the dragon in this situation. He's gonna learn, he's gonna adapt and survive. He's gonna bite down on this Ryu.
Look at all that damage, all those hits that he just took just to try and get in. There was no back happening from DrDannyPham at all there. He just muscled his way through all those buttons, and he came out on top when it comes to life.
Well, I feel like that's really useful with characters like this, is you have to be willing to take damage or to not back up. You have to get in.
Props to Amkid. Let's give him a round of applause for the first parry of the day. I want to see some more of those. I know it's not super useful in this matchup, but I'd love to see it.
I believe it's worthless in this matchup, actually.
DrDannyPham
he's
with the
building meter.
thunderstorms. Just come on, I got one too. Let's do it.
No, he's doing it. He's doing it to build meter. He's almost got super now.
Does that actually build meter?
Yes, it builds meter.
That
Look
definitely
at-
doesn't.
No, that doesn't, but when he takes damage, it does.
Oh, here we
But
go.
the
That
thing
beast
that
build up.
counter does in fact give him meter, and he built super because of it.
This is so terrifying. Can we acknowledge how terrifying this is? Just having a Geef
Oh.
on no health, because when Geef is
my
on no health,
butthole
he has
glitched.
nothing to lose.
My butthole was clenched, man. That entire match, all he had to do was get a little bit in. Just a little bit.
Yo, all of that time when Zangief has health, that's the pregame show. When he's on 0 health and he's like, you know what? There's no penalty for flexing. Let's go. That's when he's scary.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Okay, the reset worked out for him there.
Very
Another
smart.
Borscht Dynamite, and we're back
Yeah,
into Oki
this
City.
time
One more hit,
he's
he's stunned. You're stunned.
going for guaranteed damage, and I like that.
Oki City, population Stunsville.
Yeah, this is not time to do risky things. This is time to get your guaranteed damage, get your mix up into stun, and win. I just noticed DrDannyPham's dojo is called Fit FGC.
Fit FGC. Fit AF GC.
Yeah, guess what? I am not qualified to join that gym.
Me neither, my friend.
Yeah, we're seeing they are slugging it out right now with those
Good
standing heavy
DP.
kicks and standing
Counter
heavy
that
punches.
jumping. Of course, the resets always take everything you can get. DrDannyPham, a gambling man.
I mean, that was a big gamble, but it's about to pay off for him if he can. Ooh.
Damn kid, letting the stun wear off.
No, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate.
Oh, DannyPham did not take the plus frames there after blocking that plexus. I feel like that could have won the set right there. Or the...
Oh no! I think he could have done something off that, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what.
Oh, here we go. We're in that situation again. Nothing to lose. Let's go. I will flex every one of these plasma balls that you chuck at me.
Give me that gray life.
This that is such a scary situation to be in. I don't care if you have 100% of your life and Zangief has none.
Man,
Once he gets
robbed.
flex happy like that, ooh.
Oh my goodness. DrDannyPham must have been playing Red Dead Redemption 2 because he just robbed this man.
Highway robbery. Straight up knocked the axles off his cart and suplexed his horse.
Yeehaw indeed. You better put on that face mask because the law is coming after you right now, DrDannyPham.
Fight.
Yeah, D, you gotta have some faith. Danny knows what he's doing, I'm sure.
He knows what he's doing.
Lemon Meringue says, Geef players can't help it. They're like cats. Stalking is in their nature.
He is clearly a bear. Do you not see that fur on his back?
Yes. It's only a matter of time before we get a bear character in Street Fighter.
Put Kuma in Street Fighter.
Yeah, just put Kuma in Street Fighter. It's about time.
Again, that whip punish is so sick. Oh! Ooh, no. Couldn't punish the sweep.
You can't punish the sweep with sweep, man. That's greedy AF.
Wow, should be able to punish sweep with sweep. That makes too much sense. I honestly, yeah, if that sweep didn't work there, I'm curious what DrDannyPham could have done to get that punish. Maybe just jab it on the recovery frames, I'm not sure.
It may seem like DrDannyPham is at a disadvantage right now, but he still has V-Trigger. This is still totally winnable for a Geef.
He needs to take one more jab and then he'll really be on fire. That's the I don't need health anymore. There it is.
That's
there
right.
it is. Oh, it didn't flex.
Oh. Unfortunate.
That could have been so big, though. Just a flex right there after getting that fireball into the EXDP. I was expecting it.
Does standing heavy punch actually, does it absorb one hit projectile? I'm not sure.
It does absorb one hit if you hold it, yeah.
Okay. I feel like that would be more useful in this matchup.
The problem is
likes-
that Amkid's been making it whiff so often that it's just not an option. Like, that's normally something that Zangief players love to feel out in a set, like how much can I get away with Fierce? And Amkid has just immediately demonstrated, no, the second you throw that out, I'm gonna make it whiff. You're gonna regret it.
There's some boldness in that in Amkid's heart right now because he just dashed up and grabbed that beat skill.
DrDannyPham never taking that that SPD off of the solar plexus. Maybe he's afraid of the solar plexus with the light DP, but okay. Wake up roundhouse. What was that read?
That was a hard read, my friend.
Yo! DrDannyPham doing some psychological quantum physics. I don't know what's going on, but that was some 7D chess.
Final round.
He had a read on Amkid that I did not, and that was amazing.
Oh, goodness. Oh, man. I had a migraine looking at that, man.
Let me know in chat if you understood that. Like, if you just followed what was going on in both of their heads there, because that was amazing.
I would have been 90 degrees tilted. Like, for real.
If you just lost to a wake-up roundhouse.
That's right, I would have. You better believe it, Buster. Speaking of Busters, there's our next EX Buster.
Okay,
there's
this
another one.
bear grab's only gonna work so many times.
No, come on, it can work as many times as your heart wants.
That's like that's the bet it all on black. That's like that's the not good idea of gambling men.
Well, like they say in Prince of Egypt, there can be miracles if you believe.
Forced dynamite.
Does it kill? No, it does not kill. There's still a little
It's
bit of
okay,
life.
he's still dead.
But it doesn't matter.
And there we go, just like that, DannyPham is up now, 3-2. Oh man, Frab was not lying when he said that the longer the set goes on, the stronger he gets.
Oh,
But
this
I
might
would
be
not
a real nail biter, guys. This might be neck to neck the whole way. But I'm glad. That means you guys get to stay tuned and listen to the sultry tunes of Mount
Speaking of nail
Lover.
biters, by the way.
Round one.
Speaking of nail biters, I was watching AmpKid's stream, and when he starts to think about what his opponent is doing and how to counter it, he does like bite his nails just a little bit. And as I was watching one of his sets, like somebody in his chat pointed that out, and he was like, "Yeah, I totally do that." That's his tell that he's trying to analyze your game plan and adapt right now. And I bet you right now that finger is getting bit.
He's got fingers in his mouth, buddy.
Watch out
He
for
needs
this
to be
man when he
careful.
puts his fingers in his mouth. That's when he's starting to download you, my boy. Oh no, put in the corner. Good V reversal, gets out of there. Oh no, whiff punish there. Oh no, AmpKid. That was the staple. As soon as you let him get away with it once, he's gonna keep using it just like that.
Yeah, man, you have to use all the tools available to you if you want to win in this match, because it is not going to get any easier for either character if they are not taking advantage of the situation.
Oh, there's the Force Dynamite. Is he gonna kill? Yes.
Here comes the EX, and he's dead.
Round two. Fight.
Oh man. If only you would have whiff punished that one, Fierce.
Yo, do you see him jab at that? Did you see him jab Ryu out of that solar plexus?
I think like round one we saw AmpKid jab DannyPham's jab, and then we never saw another jab.
Look, man, at this point, they both just want to slug it out.
Oh
and I
no,
say let them in do it. Let them do it.
letting go of the flex a little bit early there. And getting hit by the second hit of the solar plexus. I'm not sure DannyPham's labbed that solar plexus like quite enough. Because he's been letting AmpKid get away with a lot of solar plexus stuff that he really should be
Oh, absolutely.
capitalizing.
I think you may not know the frame date on that.
Final round.
Hey,
if
what's
he knew
up,
that was
Kansas?
-2 on block, I feel like he would just be straight up mixing up AmpKid every single time he blocks him. Like right now, he could have just countered that with an SPD. Assuming that it reached, of course, but I'm pretty sure EX or Light would have. I'm not sure if there's something going on here that I'm not aware of.
I think it's just as simple as they're taking turns getting into each other's heads.
Right.
Once you get into the head of someone and you throw off their rhythm, you will just fall prey to stuff like
Speaking
that.
of which, yeah, AmpKid got the download there. He put the fingers in the mouth, the mind started taking, and there's the download. We're gonna see a train now on AmpKid's side. What's gonna happen? Right now, it's 3-0.
I'm getting messages about shouting out the Raiders. So shout outs to the Raiders.
Fight.
Sorry, that's just something extra that's happening. But speaking of Raiders,
Yeah, I see the follow there at the bottom of the screen. Money Green 408, thank you for the follow. But Vin, if we miss anything, feel free to just come on the mic and shout them out.
Shamlu, thanks for the follow.
Alrighty.
all right. Every follow makes us happy.
Big jump in there from DannyPham right over that fireball. Good read.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, almost every jump DannyPham has done has been successful.
And there we go. Builds the meter, finishes it with a running bear grab.
With the running bear grab, just to build a little bit of meter for the next match. Always need it.
Ooh, big crush counter there. I didn't even see what he was crush countering. Was that an EX running bear grab that just wasn't armored yet?
Well, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, EX running bear grab gets armor on frame 3.
Yeah, so I think he just hit the startup there.
Yeah.
That roundhouse. I guess that's what he's been looking for with that roundhouse all game, and he finally got it.
I don't know, man. Maybe he just likes wiping his feet up on
Yeah,
each
maybe.
face.
Maybe he just likes practicing his taekwondo. Big. Okay, punish there. Oh, okay, totally with that
we
solar
got-
plexus.
Yeah, we got scrambles right now. That's okay because we're about to be in a geef positive situation. Ugh. Cup those balls.
We are up one geef.
I love Zangief's crouching light punch. It's so silly looking.
You
He's
and geef players and nobody else.
He's just like reaching his hands in between your legs. And just tapping you.
He's
But because he's
literally
so
just
humble.
hitting you with his middle finger. That's what it is.
He's ball tapping you, man. He's checking you. It's a cup check.
He's actually so big that it's hitting Ryu in the abs. That's
Yeah, Ryu's abs can take it.
yeah.
Okay, we got standing heavy punches. That's how we know we're in the beginning of the.
Uh-oh. So I think that something's going wrong here, and we're seeing a lot more active neutral out of Ankid's. Well, we're seeing a lot more active neutral out of Ankid, and a lot less of that micro spacing that I was praising him so much for before. And now we're noticing none of those heavy punches out of DrDannyPham are whiffing anymore. He's afraid to walk back as much.
Yeah, we're getting to a point where Ankid is looking to change habits for DrDannyPham because his spacing has not been working. So he's going a little bit more aggressive to maybe try and hold DrDannyPham in, but it does not seem to be working at all.
Yeah, I think that once he feels like he's losing screen real estate, he's just like, I can't afford to walk back anymore, and just getting clipped like that.
Look, if you're getting hyped for Geef in the chat, I need to see some Geef emotes, guys. I need to see some Mike Too Strong emotes. I need to stop seeing those stupid Colin meme emotes. Those are killing me, man.
Oh, okay,
Those
good
are
like
killing
DP.
me.
Ooh, and a good crosscut DP. Not gonna let you jump out of this corner for free.
Crosscuts. Oh, get in his face. There is no fear in this dojo.
I like the view reversals there. Like Geef, of course, is not minus after that roundhouse, but Amkid still does not want him to be that close.
Yeah, he says, I don't want to deal with that.
Thunderstorms, why? He's literally just trying to build meter with those, isn't he? If he catches a Thunderstorm, just catches, I think it's just roundhouse and medium kick that he can catch with that.
It's so sad. Whenever you see a Geef run out of V-Trigger 1.
Hey.
Oh my goodness. Ah, the wake
Muscle
up!
portfolio. Bam.
Glorious. Glorious! Oh my goodness, we got 70
Yo, shout out to all the
viewers
lurkers in the chat with the interesting emotes. We got Jerry, we got...
You know, you guys are the
Spectre
real
Gadget.
grandmasters.
Oh, man.
We got Neon. We've got, who else is in here? Oh, no one else is in.
Round one.
We got tons of people in this chat. Jeez. Thank you guys.
Rudy says kid needs to stop jumping, but... Whew, man. It
I
really
have
hasn't been working out for him, but... You gotta do it sometimes.
Yeah, if you aren't jumping at least sometimes, you're not keeping your opponent on their toes.
Here we go. EXSPD mix up city into another SPD. Sure.
We got someone in the chat making a great point. Amkid has stopped using Hadokens in neutral.
That's actually, yeah, I barely noticed that. He was focusing a lot more on his buttons and his spacing, and he stopped using those fireballs. And early on, we said that DrDannyPham wants to be closer, like inside that range where fireballs are an option. A little bit too close for that to be comfortable. And that's exactly what's been happening. There we go.
Yeah, if he's not using those fireballs to space.
Ooh, I like the attempt
Oh.
there. Oop, nope, didn't quite work.
It was a valiant effort, and he made the right decision. He just did it at the wrong time.
Oh, there it is, the acting of the solar plexus with the EXSPD, Dr. DrDannyPham.
Yeah, that should have been happening a lot more.
Finds that mix up that he's been leaving on the table forever, and he's like, you know what, maybe I should finish this plate. Alright, alright. Alright. Oh, okay.
Day one Ryu mix-ups.
I had no words for what just happened to the dash up Tatsu, but now
Hey,
DrDannyPham
dash up Tatsu? It's so galaxy brain, you just can't understand it, man. You
There's
don't know.
probably something there that worked. And there it is, the solar plexus in a DP. And that was what I thought that maybe DrDannyPham was a little bit afraid of.
Look,
Like,
that
you
read
gotta
was
use
so
those
hard
kind
it
of
was
times.
diamonds. Reads so hard they're diamonds. Look, I mean, they're both playing this matchup pretty well. It's just they're getting to this point where they've stopped trying to be technical, and now they just want to slug it.
Tell me why the script suddenly flipped. Now all of a sudden we've got DrDannyPham trying to bait the roundhouses and the fierces out of Amkid.
I think it's because he's finally figured out how to beat that. But if you recall, in the beginning of this set, Amkid was doing a great job of baiting out those standing heavy punches and using crouching heavy punch to punish it. But he's not doing that anymore.
Okay, so before the set started, I was really applauding Amkid for his ability to micro step back and forth and at the perfect ranges to bait the buttons out of his opponents. And early on in the set, yeah, that was exactly what we saw was happening. He was baiting those fierces out of Geef, out of DannyPham, and punishing it almost every time. But now DannyPham is just suddenly on another plane. Now even with the Geef movement, he is just straight up baiting the buttons out of Amkid, which is just that's like getting bullied by the baby with the lollipop. Like you,
Chad was not wrong. The longer this set goes on, the stronger and more geefy Geef becomes.
Absolutely.
Ryu's just at a loss right now. I mean, Amkid's just at a loss right now. He's got to figure out how to make this work soon.
And it's funny because he had a winning strategy with he had the right idea basically at the start of the set. Like there was nothing particular that he was doing particularly wrong, but DannyPham has just adjusted in so many great ways.
Yeah, I definitely have to say that Amkid is shook right now. He's shook and he needs to get out of that. That's a Valiant. Oh, no, you could have killed him!
Okay, dashes into the lariat.
Oh my goodness.
DannyPham was looking for to jump out.
The trade.
Round 2. Fight.
DannyPham is just doing some great things. There we go. Big whip on the Fierce there. Amkid didn't punish it as well as he normally does. I think maybe because he was out of range for the Crouch Fierce. I'm not really too intimately familiar with the range on Ryu's new Crouch Fierce. Supposedly it's marginally better.
I'm telling you, Amkid is shook. He's trying to find his strategy right now. He needs to find something new that will work. Oop. That was a valiant jump, but I believe he hit it too late.
Okay, the V reversal on the Fierce.
Yo, Neon, that's hilarious. He's quaking.
He's quaking. There's the back throw into the corner. And the bait on the DP. It was always the bait on the DP.
Here we go. What's in it? Sweaty balls.
It's going to be game number 7 there for DannyPham. He is on a roll, on a cyclone, if you will. That was bad. I apologize.
That's terrible. Yeah, boo.
All right, everybody. It's been a great night. I'll be here all week.
Leave this to the professionals. Oh, Chilio, no, it's not over yet. Something could happen here.
So there are 2 adjustments that at the beginning of the set, I felt like I wanted to see out of. Whoa, okay, hang on. Forget my adjustments. That crush counter anti-air roundhouse is a hell of an adjustment. Yo.
Grab him again. Grab him again. Come on.
Yo, are the fingers back in the mouth for Amkid? Hang on.
Yo, he's taking his fingers out of his mouth and ascended them into some sort of mouth-like plane. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon.
Hang on. Oh, no. Oh, the double SPD. That's how
here we go. How much you want to bet there's another one?
Ooh. So almost mixed up. Okay, reversal, but no, the range on that.
I told you.
With that
I told you there was another one. I told you there was.
I believed you, but I didn't think it would be there on wake up at that range. It worked. DannyPham was like, no, I refuse.
All right. Let's see here. Oh no, we're in a place now where we can't even block standing heavy punches. For shame. For shame.
Oh no, punishing the whiffed SPDs with a fireball.
Non-optimal punishes, but I mean, what can Amkid do? It feels like Dr. DannyPham.
It wouldn't have worked anyways. I think he actually did go for the light TP, which is why we saw that counter hit there. I legitimately think that was a light TP.
My heart. Oh, it's calling out in sadness for Amkid right now. Please, my friend, bring it back.
Yo, DannyPham, he's ascended. He's no longer even playing chess. He's out here lifting weights.
Yeah, no, this isn't a chess game anymore. This is, I guess hopscotch?
Oh, here we go. The sweet punish that time around. Oh no, the jump in, going for the cross up, but that's been anti-aired 1,000,001 times.
Yeah, that crosscut lariat has been getting him with almost every jump.
Oh, and the back throws.
Oh, we dropping pressure.
We haven't given DannyPham enough credit for his amazing ability to land those back throws when his back is to the wall. but he's just been getting them so often. And I think just then what we saw was a backdash in place into a back throw. It worked like a charm.
Oh my goodness. Amkid is so scared right now. He's leaving his distance because he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, his micro spacing is all messed up. He's no longer paying attention to the range on that.
How much you want to bet this is a command grab? How many dollars are you putting down on this command grab?
Oh, it's a command grab. Oh, my fight money.
I told you.
Round 2.
The answer's kind of hard to find in the heart of battle right now. I'm sorry, the heart of battle is busy. Please call again another day. Oh, no great whiff punish like we were seeing in that game 1 there. Again, I think he was a little bit out of range from the crouch fierce.
Why is Smash Ryu? Why is Smash Ryu?
Here we go.
In this godlike place.
Good usage of the EX Fireball just to keep Geef from pushing him out. Activation of that V trigger. Here we go. A little bit early on that neutral jump. Probably going for a safe jump setup. Or something.
Yeah, let's go for anything. Anything that'll put us in a good...
Oh no, let's go for the accidental messing up my fireball input into a DP. I hate it when that happens, and that happens to everybody.
Oh, his greed just paid for him. His greed worked out right there.
All right, Amkid, he has got to... So DrDannyPham is sitting here on a full stick of butter, and he is going to use it. That is 3 mix-ups, and that is more...
I guarantee you, there's about to be 3 different EX grabs. That's 2. That's 2. Where's the third? Where's the third? Where's the third EX grab?
It's going to be an air.
It's coming. It's coming. I'm telling you.
Oh, okay. Punishment sweep there.
All right. All right.
All right, here we go. DrDannyPham. Amkid feeling himself here. Oh, but again, just staying in that range of that stand fierce. And just to be clear, it is not as easy as it sounds to make that stand fierce whiff, because when he starts charging it like that, you are in proximity block, and so you cannot tiptoe out of it once it's active. You've got to do a bit out of it before it's active. Oh, and there it is. I said it was going to be the Air EX SPD, and it was. There it is.
Yep. That's this. Oh man, we are witnessing a one-sided slaughtering right now.
What we were witnessing is just really good adaptations out of DrDannyPham. I mean, Chad had it right. This man gets stronger as the set goes on. He is so well suited to this environment. And everybody, give your energy to Amkid and Chad.
We got chat calling it already, man. We might be able to go home early. We might be able to just stop by McDonald's on the way home.
Nah, man, I'm holding out. Holding out hope. Amkid, holding out fireballs. Oh no, the sweeps. I'm not sure what he's looking for with that. Like he's trying to preemptively whip punish something, but that's...
Yeah, I mean, you can sweep that standing heavy punch, but it's hard as hell.
Amkid the energy to pick a Kuma. I mean, you're not wrong, but don't. But a man loves his character. You can't get in the middle of that.
Yeah, I mean, even in this situation, I don't think Akuma would necessarily save Amkid.
Oh, there it is. Just a neutral jump and a hard read. Goes into that Boris Dynamite.
That is such
there
nonsense. I hate everything about what just happened right there.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, again, the sweep. He's just going for it. I think he's just trying to use them to discourage DrDannyPham from walking forward. But, I mean, why sweep instead of low forward is what I want to know.
Oh! That is the one time I've seen parry work out in the favor of something. Oh boy, oh boy. Are we gonna see the end of this round? See, I think Amkid has stopped playing effective neutral, and that's what killed him.
DrDannyPham with the counter, light SPD.
I mean, Amkid, yes.
Final round. Fight.
All right, Amkid. Oh, just see him walking forward there. He doesn't want to give up that space anymore.
We're at set point for DrDannyPham.
That is true. This is set point here for DrDannyPham. He just needs that one round. Oh, okay. Whips the SPD.
Oh, man.
Might not be over yet.
Look, if I were DrDannyPham, all I would be doing right now is walking up and grabbing.
A little bit mistimed on the standing medium punch.
Oh,
meaty
boy,
there. Oh yeah, can you acknowledge that this is probably the first exhibitions that we've had post patch, where there's less input delay, or more consistent input delay. So you got less excuse to be mistiming those meaties.
Oh no, there's always an excuse in this time of meaty. I'll tell you that much.
Yo, the wake. I mean, the
Yeah,
reversal
wake
light
up
DP
DP,
closed
baby.
it out.
Nothing
was the
like a
adjustment,
wake up
my boy.
DP.
All right,
Comeback?
here we go. The
Are we
dream is
seeing
alive.
A comeback? Are we seeing a comeback? Come
Yo,
on,
all we
Pablo.
need is 5 more games to tie it up. This is anybody's game, ladies. and
This is anybody's game, guys. I'd really like to see at least some adaptation before Amkid eats another 3 EX grabs.
Maybe Amkid Amkid's one of those guys that once he's on the ropes is when he unleashes his true power. The fingers is just phase 1. It's not even his final form.
You telling me he's an X Factor and Super Saiyan at the same time?
Yes, that is exactly
Here we
what I'm
go.
telling you.
Ugh.
Cue Guile's theme played in Mario Paint. Vin, get on that, please. No.
Bark. Bark. Meow.
Here we go, the V-trigger activation. Oh, the solar plexus. That's what I
You
love
know,
to
my
see.
favorite version of the
Fireballs
Giles
for all the
theme
way.
is the one that's played on recorder.
I think that one's against Twitch terms of services. I think that one constitutes actual abuse on our viewers. Oh, the double dash forward just goes to the jab.
I think Amkid might have found some distance that he wants to be at.
Now
man.
Amkid's wondering, do I let this V-trigger run out or do I give up the space, or do I not give up the space? Oh, no whip
We're
punish
about to
there.
see some Hajime no Ippo shit happen here.
Oh, this is tense.
Uh-oh.
Just jab stuffs the I think that was a wake up SPD.
Wow, that was a really good
It
confirm.
was a really hard read on DannyPham, but luckily Amkid switched over to Yami Amkid, and now the Millennium Puzzle is making his decisions for him.
Uh-oh. Are you breaking open the Millennium items now?
Yeah, we busted out the Millennium items. It's only
Oh.
fair because DannyPham apparently had the Millennium Eye all along.
You've activated my trap card, baby.
There we go, DannyPham. Oh, taking that makes up
spinning
all
air
the
buster.
places.
Alright. Amkid's got to keep that
Good
distance, man.
activation there.
We're gonna see some Dempsey roll. Ugh.
And then, of course, into the SPD. Or he's gonna get greedy and go for the reset. Oh, it was just barely not enough to kill.
I mean, there was no reason for him not to be greedy right there.
Yeah.
He has lots of life, and
I thought
he was gonna
that
be in a good
reset would have
position
taken the
either
kill
way.
though, but you see, Amkid was still just. Oh, okay, I was gonna say one crouching life punch worth of life, but
Oh,
there it
man.
goes.
You can't deal with the cup, man. He's cupping you. He's cupping you with those fingers.
Oh, here we go. Amkid off to a good start on this round. We were still on set point here for DrDannyPham, but we have been for a while now. Oh, of course it was gonna happen. We saw that happen before.
Oh
The
man,
last time
I
the
saw that
DannyPham
coming
took
last week.
The last time the DannyPham took that mix-up off of the solar plexus, he DP'd in response, and DannyPham had that 60
Oh,
chest. He remembers
goodness.
that. He remembers
Oh.
everything. DannyPham will remember that.
It's over. Pack it up. Pack it up, gentlemen. It's time to go to McDonald's.
DannyPham, one dimension, too many dimensions here. He was going for some kind of a hard read on
Triple
Amkid
dash.
holding up, but it didn't matter. He got it anyways. Oh,
He got
great.
greedy. He got
That is
greedy, and for that, he must atone for his sins in Loserville.
Oh man, that was a hell of a set. And although for a long time there, DannyPham was sort of running away with it, I love the adaptations that we saw out of Amkid, and I would love to see these guys have a rematch. That was a very entertaining match.
What a great match. All right, my turn. Oh,
Alrighty.
man.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us once again. This has been a First to 10 New Challenger exhibition. My name has been Mount Lover.
My name's been FGC Jesus.
And of course, our two players today were DrDannyPham. You can catch him on Twitch at twitch.tv/DrDannyPham, or just add him on Twitter at DrDannyPham and just let him know that he played like a god today. And you should definitely 100% check out Amkid's Twitch. He is super entertaining and he puts on a really enlightening Twitch stream, twitch.tv/Amkid, and catch him on Twitter at Amkid.
He's also got a YouTube channel. You should check that out as well.
Oh, let me quickly do the research on that because I was on it earlier today, but I'm going to give him that YouTube URL.
Tic tac on a keyboard.
I will 100% look that up. Amkid.
Let us know how you guys felt about the match.
But yeah, Amkid, his YouTube channel, he usually uploads Twitch VODs or other videos. Yeah, it is just Twitch. It's just youtube.com/Amkid with 2 Ds. Check him out on YouTube. Follow him on Twitch. He is a really, really entertaining player. And just like an entertaining person in general. No, wait, hang on. Yeah.
Yes. Entertaining people frequent this stream. We only have the best people on both sides, on the red side, and on the blue side. Guys,
all right.
we only do the best players. We've
got more first to 10
quality
exhibitions.
matches here. Only the best first to 10s. Believe me, only the best people.
All right, we've got more first to 10 exhibitions lined up for you in the future. Stay tuned for those. I don't know if we've announced the next contenders yet, but stay tuned for those. We will be posting those in the Discord. For those of you who are not familiar, we're New Challenger. Just go to discord.gg/newchallenger and join. Whatever. We're not gonna judge you. Just join. We'll be a warm.
Do it.
Well, there may be a little bit of memes. Don't go to the memes channel. Or if you like memes, go to the memes channel. Whatever. Just join.
Do
Just
it.
join.
Do it.
All right, once again, my name is Mount Level here with FT10. Shout outs to Mr. Vinegar for putting all this together. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for him. And also shout outs to Frabasaur for being our resident matchmaker between these two.
Yes. Yes.